I'm Monique Sorgen, and today I'm going to be reading from my book, How Long You Should Wait to Have Sex, a novel. Chapter 2. Next is work. As soon as I get there, I go to my office and close the door. It's always best to start with married friends because they're rooting for everyone to cross over to their side of the great singles couple divide. Even better is married people who are more on the level of acquaintance. 2 reasons. 1, there's a higher likelihood that you haven't met all their single friends already. And 2, they don't know you well enough to offer caveats about the quirks your potential love interest might not like about you. The worst they can say is, I don't know her that well, but she always seemed like a cool girl to me. It's times like this when I'm grateful for all those random people who friended me on Facebook after only one brief encounter. I open up Facebook and start going through my, quote, friends. I message some and call others. Send any eligible guys you know to K-Bar tonight. Tell them that they have to find Samantha if they want to get the password for happy hour pricing on their first drink. I'll be wearing a purple dress. Tim, one of my old college friends, calls me up to ask about the dress. The sexy one with the décolleté? Shut up, Tim, you're married. So I'm not allowed to think you're sexy? That, and you're also not allowed to know what a décolleté is. What would your wife say if she knew you had intimate knowledge of female necklines? My guess is she'd probably say, thank you for finally listening to something I've said. Something you, my dear Samantha, clearly did not do when I told you that she's a fashion designer. Oops. I really should have remembered this since she was basically the reason he moved to New York, the U.S. capital of fashion. But I don't entirely blame myself because when someone chooses to elope instead of having a big wedding, they can't expect their friends to take the time to do any research on the person they're going to marry, whom they may or may not ever meet. Despite the fact that you clearly don't care about any of the minor details of my life, he continues, I'm still sorry that I won't be able to fly out for your birthday shindig tonight. It's not a birthday shindig. Call it what you want, Samantha, but don't try to convince me that this isn't some elaborate plan to meet that guy you've always said you would meet by the time you turned 30. He knows me so well. Scary. So, what time does this failure avoidance party get going, Cinderella? Ha ha. You can tell people to show up at 9. I'll be there early. Whoa, only giving yourself 3 hours before the clock strikes midnight and your ridiculous life schedule turns into a pumpkin? Sometimes I wonder if I pick my friends based on how good they are at abusing me with their sense of humor. I'll tell Willie Grant to go. He still lives in San Francisco. No, not him. Send someone I would like. So, what does that consist of these days? You know, good-looking, successful, sweet, thoughtful, nice, generous, romantic, like the male version of me. So basically you want somebody who's perfect. First of all, thank you for finally admitting that I'm perfect, but no, I know that's not realistic. He doesn't have to be perfect, just close enough to it that I don't notice his flaws. Tim laughs. To be clear, he's laughing at me, not with me. But I stand by the fact that a girl's gotta have standards. Even if she does only have 12 hours before her life goal turns black and moldy like an old rotting pumpkin that's been left out until Halloween has faded into Thanksgiving and everyone is lining up to buy Christmas presents. Oh look, Anna Rubin is on chat. I hang up with Tim. No point in telling you about Anna Rubin. I hardly know her. Suffice it to say that she is a happily married woman with young kids and she works as a nurse in a surgeon's office. She knows doctors. Hi, Anna, I chat. Long time, what's up, she replies. I tell her about my plans, and sure enough, she is eager to help me cross over to the married side and knows tons of great guys. It's sad, but in some weird way, I think I may have just made her day. If this is all it takes to make a married woman's life exciting, I have to ask myself if I really want to join that club. What am I thinking? Of course I do. It's a goal, and I'm not a quitter. She has so many options that she has to narrow it down by asking me what I'm looking for. I write back. I'm looking for a best friend for life. I realize that might be a little vague for someone who knows me about as well as a man with no tongue knows the taste of ice cream sundae, so I add, the kind of guy who likes to do the stuff I like, dancing, dinners, hiking, a fun guy. And remembering how some of the fun guys I've dated turned out to be overgrown babies whose youthful love of life comes more from a case of arrested development than a general gratitude for how lucky they are to be living such a blessed life, I decide to tack on one more requirement. And easy to get along with. Mature-ish. Being on Facebook, it's hard not to browse through some of the guys I've already dated who, for whatever reason, didn't turn out to be the one. I wonder if I should invite any of them, in case it was just a matter of bad timing before. But some of them might be in a better place now. More importantly, some of them might have really cute friends. Not Chris, he was too young. Chase was too drunk. Taylor was too obsessed with himself. Ryan made it clear that he only wanted sex, and he probably wouldn't be that good at it. No, this is probably a waste of time. I need to move on to new frontiers and not get distracted by old victories, most of which left me feeling defeated. Back to plan A. More texts, tweets, IMs. I wonder if this is the kind of thing it's okay to send out a press release about. The wire would be the fastest way to get the message out to all my work contacts at the various local blogs and papers, which would cast a wider net. Considering that tonight is my last chance to accomplish this goal or forever live in infamy as a failure, I'm thinking, yeah, I definitely need a press release. Well, that's all for today, but tune in next week as I read Chapter 2, Part 2.